$250,000 in prize support for a trading card game. That's actually insane. Let's get into it. Collecticon made an announcement in the last couple days, literally $250,000 plus in prize support, and it's going for MetaZoo, not Pokemon, not Magic the Gathering, not Yu-Gi-Oh, MetaZoo. I just came off my podcast with Cardinal Gaming, and we were both pretty much laying into MetaZoo because of the playability. There hasn't been the big mainstream tournaments like Flesh and Blood that they had in Vegas. They had like 1,000-person tournament there. You don't, even at Mason's shop in Louisville, Kentucky, not anybody really buying MetaZoo to play it. His employees were buying it. And usually at shops like that, it's the people buying it that start asking for tournaments, and that's not happening. So MetaZoo went through and dropped their nuts on the table and put $250,000 prize pool together, cash. And that does not include the actual product they're going to give away. So this is going to be Collecticon in Texas coming up here soon. Their biggest tournament they've ever had. Just to give you a little comparison, Pokemon Worlds, I looked up, it was like 2017 was one of the last ones. So there was $119,000 cash given to the top 32 total, 119K roughly. They have a bunch of other different tournaments that go on during Worlds, and I guess in total it's 500,000. But basically, to the main tournament, TCG tournament, it was about $119,000 cash versus MetaZoo for basically a standard regional tournament. This is not a Worlds event. This is not a Nationals event. This is their first like mainstream tournament, and it's $250,000. That motivates a lot of people. A lot of people. So that'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. Because Yu-Gi-Oh, I remember back in tournament days, no cash prizes. People were playing for prize cards. Literally cards that you would sell for $2 to $3 grand at the time, maybe. And I'm talking gold sarcophagus times and stuff like that. Crush card was like $1,500 at one point. So literally everybody in this 1,000-person tournament was playing for like a $2,000 prize. And then maybe top 4 eventually were getting some version of the card if it was a less rare version. But still, not a lot of people were winning these. And there was no cash. So MetaZoo, $250,000 made me want to go build a deck and go to the tournament. That's an absolute insane amount of money to be just giving to people in the tournament. If they could have 100 people enter this son of a gun, and the odds, like entering a 100-person tournament with a chance of winning a quarter. I don't think first place is getting a full $250,000. It'll probably be broken up by top 8, top 16, depending on probably how many people enter. But that is insane. Insane. Pokemon, literally, it was made for kids. They used to give away scholarships. The cash thing is new in the last 10 years. $250,000. I own 0 MetaZoo, maybe 1 pack of something I have opened, and I have those 9 or 11 cards. I never bought into it, and I don't know. It just, if they can pop off with $250,000 tournaments every 3 months, I don't think they're gonna treat this Collecticon as like a Worlds event because they haven't had other large regional events in the nation. It'll be really interesting. Likely, every other Collecticon will have a similar event. I can't see them just doing it in the Texas event. It's really also interesting they didn't do a Vegas Collecticon. So you got Long Beach, Kansas City, Charlotte, Denver, Texas. I think the last 5, 4, something like that. But that's a lot of money, man. Mike Waddell is putting it down. basically just opened everybody's eyes, and it opened my eyes. Like me and Mason were talking, I just did not see competitive play happening, but money is a driver. Uh, the odds, just straight odds. Looking at the odds, like we were talking, I was like, so dude, literally one of the cards in the new Wilderness set says you need to hear a guy fart next to you, and you get +10 attack. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, what if your opponent doesn't hear it because you're in a loud room filled with 250 people and a bunch of vendors? Called judge. Like, I don't understand it at all. The just mind blowing. Makes me want to go net deck and build the top tier deck and fly down to Texas for a $250,000 tournament. Because I feel like the turnout won't be amazing, but the turnout is easily 10x what it was going to be. Is worth it. Like, that's a lot of cheddar. You do not see that in trading card game tournaments ever. Like I said, Pokemon Worlds, first place in Pokemon Worlds got 25K. To get to Worlds, you bust your balls. You need a ton of points, winning tournaments, winning a regionals, or some version of it. You don't have to technically win one, but you get way more points for winning one. So it's basically a point system. You rack up points from what I remember, and then you can go to Worlds. Echo-based collectibles would know. He has gone. But yeah, man. $250,000 is insane for a trading card game. And I don't see that being matched. Which should. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Magic. All of those people are printing money. MetaZoo's doing similar, but people are sitting on product now. Like Mason from Cardinal Gaming says he's sitting on a bunch of the second printing base 2 of the Cryptid Nation, which printed that crap to the moon. You got Kickstarter edition, first edition, second edition. Like, stop. Stop. So I'm curious. I know the print runs just kept increasing. I know Nightfall had an even bigger print run. It's crazy. So with competitive play dropping a $250,000 tournament, you could see potentially some of those second edition stuff going because being used in decks. Those would be the ones to be used in decks, not the Kickstarters or first editions, likely because people are hodling those like crazy, it seems. So you're gonna have some no rarity or some like high rarity guy coming in there with a Kickstarter deck. Good luck, fella. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how it affects those boxes. The second printing of the Cryptid Nation. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about a $250,000 trading card tournament? I'd be sweating balls on that front stage if I was playing for the finals, man, because that's going to be a big difference between first and second place. And God knows they're going to have prize cards that are probably 101s, 102s. MetaZoo loves doing promos. It's going to be pretty weird. That's what they need to do. They need that was the play they had to make, and they made it. So really good for them. It'll make people want to read their cards and play, pick it up. Like, it could make headlines. If you did $1 million tournament, it would have made the news. $250,000 tournament might not be making news headlines. I didn't really see many people talking about it. I don't follow MetaZoo creators, if there is any. So it's really going to be interesting to see how it goes. I wish I was going to that Texas one. Texas CollectCon, I'm not going to be going. I have something else going on. I can't remember, but will not be attending, unfortunately. Otherwise, I feel obligated to at least try and get a piece of a $250,000 at the cost of probably a $15 to $20 entry. Wow. Yeah, let me know down below what you think. I'm not a MetaZoo guy, but man, that amount of money can open your eyes to different things. So good for you guys. Mike Waddell, you guys made a great decision doing that. Best of luck to y'all. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.